What is going on, everybody? See, back again for another episode of the Fut Live podcast with Joey and Felix. We are actually all three of us back again for this episode, not just Joey and I. Hope you guys did enjoy the last episode with just the two of us. It was a quick one. Didn't want to miss a week, and here we are back again for another week. So, Joey, Felix, how are you guys doing this week?
Doing all right, man.
Same, yeah, it's good. I don't know if I told the listeners about my quarantine the other day, so that's over. Basically I had to stay at home for a week because one of the teachers from college was positive. I forgot if I said it on the podcast, but since I didn't have any symptoms, I'm back to work, which is a bit sad, but I'm not ill, so that's good. And yeah, FIFA wise, same game, innit?
The awkward silence for a few seconds.
we have an update coming, but PC's got it. We haven't.
Oh, they got it. PC got it already.
I think so, right? PC usually gets it like days in advance, so I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
I
not.
saw that
They
it was
get it
coming,
really quick.
but I wasn't sure. Actually, I want to touch base because we had a lot of audio problems last week. So there was one thing I wanted to touch, and actually, since Felix didn't listen to the pod last week, I'd love to get his opinion on it as well. So Felix, just to give you like a quick 1 minute overview about what we talked about, there was a video that Spencer put out, Spencer FC, pretty much talking about
I watched that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you've seen the
that
video.
in fact.
So
yeah.
One thing that we were kind of picking apart from that video is that how he was saying that he doesn't want to do the things that you have to do in order to win on FIFA, right? Further than that, this week, the reason why I want to bring it up is because I decided to play a 4-3-3 this weekend with players that you don't normally see. So I used RecordBreaker Sancho, who is really, really good, by the way. I used Rule Breaker Douglas Costa. I used Javi, the 90 rated. I used, who else? Rule Breaker Royce, who was really, really good as well. Anyways, the first 10 games was mad fun. I was able to actually use that formation. The second that game 11 hit, that's when you start playing a little bit more of the sweats, right? So they start trying to counter you. They start playing extremely defensive. And I played a guy with a 20 million coin team, and he had 3 shots on target because all he did was he went up a goal and then just defended from minute 60 to minute 90. And I tried switching different formations and seeing what I'm doing. But what I'm getting at is, do you feel that the formation you choose and the tactics you choose put too much of an emphasis on how you perform and that they shouldn't?
You mean that formations impact how well you can do?
Like, you can go from being an elite, I don't know, whatever player, let's say elite 3, but if you switch formations and tactics, you can drop all the way down to like a gold 2 player just based on what formation players... I won't go to the extent of saying players. Let's just say formation and tactics. Because myself, as soon as I hit game 11, the 4-3-3 becomes so much harder to use because of the way people play and the formations they choose to play. So what I'm trying to get at is picking the formation to have too much of an impact on your result? Or should it be that way?
I think it's an indirect result of just the way the game is and the way the meta is, isn't it? Because there's certain formations that are better suited to either play the meta in terms of you're playing what is meta or playing against the meta. And apparently 4-3-3 doesn't fit in that category. You just haven't found the right player instructions yet. Maybe playing around with that makes a bit of a difference. Because I played a guy using the 4-3-3 in Weekend League a couple of weeks ago, and I was having trouble, man. He just kept the ball. It's really hard to get the ball. He had the flat 3 and his striker, and he had the possession playstyle in his tactics. I don't know if you know this, by the way, but you can tell if somebody is on possession from their goal kicks.
Right.
Because if his defenders are in the box straight away for a short pass, he's on possession. So that's what he did. And every time he went forward, he got the ball in defence, he passed it into his midfield, drilled a pass into his striker who came dropping back towards his midfield, did a little 1-2, sent the striker on a run, and then he had the width and the striker running forward, and I had so much trouble trying to mark all the passing lanes, and we all know what the passing and the intercepting can be like on this game with the through balls. It was difficult. So you can play it in a way that is successful, but I don't know. Is it too much of an impact? It's hard to tell. I don't think it's necessarily the fault of formations or how they work. It's more an indirect result of the way that the game is in general.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at is the way the game is built. I feel like if you don't play a certain way, which is what we talked about last week as well when you weren't on, if you don't play a certain way or follow certain tactics, you put yourself at a disadvantage. And I just felt like this week it really I was able to see it more because I switched to a I'm going to say a non-traditional FIFA formation. The 4-3-3 isn't really something people use often. There's obviously Japes has been very successful with it. Scoldy also has been very successful with it. He hit Elite One the very first weekend. But they used they had the Mbappes, the CR7s in their teams as well to kind of get them out of holes when they were in one. But I just felt I wanted to bring that up just to see what your thoughts were, because I just felt like it was so evident this weekend, and I'm not doing that bad. Like I'm 12-2, I think, from what I remember. So it's not like terrible, but I can just notice the difference when I switched from a 4-3-3 to a 3-5-2. How much of a better better FIFA I was able to play based on the formation. So.
Is it because you've just not got enough numbers forward in the 4-3-3?
No, it's not even that. Like, I just feel like the left wing and right wing sometimes don't get involved as much as they should. And I say that, and then Record Breaker Sancho is my top goal scorer at left wing. So, I don't know. Maybe again, a lot of people talk about systems. Like Japes was saying, I'm trying to work on a 4-4-1-1 system, and then you've got Aubrey who's got his 3-5-2 system, and they change a bunch of players and tactics. Maybe that's what it takes, whereas some of the more traditional FIFA formations like the 4-2-3-1, you can just kind of throw in a team together and it just plays a lot better. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I got to play around with even chemistry styles can make a difference, because Lewandowski out there, his passing isn't the best. So I put an artist on him today, because I feel like sometimes your striker ends up being a contributor in a 4-3-3, more of an assist man. So I'll see how it plays out. But again, I don't want to take too much time on it because we spoke about it last week, but I just wanted to get your brief opinion on how formations and tactics play too much of a role in how well you do. More so than how you play the game, if that made sense.
I mean, yeah, on a competitive level especially, there is a certain number of a couple of formations that are normally used, the 4-4-2, the 4-2-3-1. You see the 5 backs and the 3 backs in the latter stages of games when there's a narrow difference, 1 goal or something, and players are trying to hold on or come back. But there's just formations that you never see. You never see the 4-5-1 with a 3 centre mids has been used quite a bit this year, I've seen. The 4-5-1 attack is just traditionally horrendous. Nobody uses it.
So the 4-5-1 attack, doesn't that in real life counter the 4-2-3-1?
I don't know. I don't think in real life there's as much of formation matchups.
Yeah, exactly. There's not
stuff
right.
than there is in FIFA. In FIFA, for example, when I used the 4-2-3-1, I struggled against the 4-4-2. It's not like that in real life, where every 4-4-2 or a specifically set up 4-4-2 is going to cause you trouble, because it's not that black and white, isn't it? It's more of a dynamic flow of the game in real life, and FIFA is more a bit of FIFA is more chess-like in terms of the positions that are caused by the formations. Real life is a bit more dynamic because you can tell players to pay attention to certain runs, to certain passing lanes, to certain patterns.
There's more of your brain involved in real life.
Yeah, there's so much you can do. You can set up in a certain way, but that is just on paper. It's nothing like the real thing when you play.
Right.
Yeah, you can control 1 player in FIFA, and maybe 2 if you send someone on a run. You can't manually control the position of all 11 players on the field at a time. Where in real life, say you have a 4-2-3-1, your wide cam maybe isn't a cam, and then at any time your center cam can go out wide if they want to. Where in FIFA, you don't really have that kind of ability.
Usually there is an idea
your
involved.
Your center cam is going to stay kind of in the center.
Yeah, there's an idea that coaches have when they set up a certain way. Mr. Aubrey's been experimenting with the 3-4-1-2 that Atalanta plays, where he's got his strikers drifting wide and forming diamonds with the outside centre backs, the wide mid, the centre mid, and the striker. So you've got those diamonds on the sides, and then you've got the cam pushing forward and he's your main goal scorer. So that sort of system he was trying to copy. So you can
sounds like the
sort of
3-5-2
do it in
from last
FIFA,
year.
but it's just not. It's just hard to replicate that as well. But yeah, there's ideas like this involved. I think Gasparini, his name is, the Atalanta manager. He wants those diamonds that you can play in between, and that formation just happens to suit that really well.
Yeah, maybe
And,
it's just
probably got a few other
you
benefits.
have to. Maybe with FIFA, you just have to experiment more. Like I said, it's not like a traditional FIFA formation. What I mean by that is you just chuck in players that you know will work well in a 4-2-3-1 and it works well. Whereas if you do different formations, you maybe you have to play around with players you use and instructions and tactics and seeing how it works better. So I'll retract some of my statements and come back to you guys next week to see what it's like playing with different players and instructions. One thing I did do is I left one of my fullbacks on balance and one of them on stay back rather than both of them on stay back, and it seems to help better. It's just then you kind of attack more on one side than the other.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've been trying.
It would be interesting if you could implement tactics where you say one fullback stay back, one join the attack, and they sort of alternate depending on where the ball is and all that
Didn't they
stuff.
say that this year? Didn't EA say at the beginning before it released that there was more intelligence of the fullbacks, that if one of the fullbacks was attacking, the other one would stay back? It doesn't work that. I believe that they were mentioning that in one of the pitch notes early on before release.
I mean, potentially. I don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's not the first thing that EA said they did, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, well,
It's interesting you mentioned this with the movement, the instructions, and all that stuff. Especially in terms of player selection, because I've brought in 3 players into my team this week, and I changed 3 players, and the entire team feels so much different in terms of the way players move and where they're positioned. It's really strange. It feels like I brought in 11 different players. So I don't know what impacts it. Is it work rates? Is it? I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. But I've noticed the entire team is just different.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think, Joe, you can make the 4-3-3 usable by, fitting the right system, putting it together, and every player has to fit that system, sort of thing. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why at events you only see a very small selection of formations. Is as good as a system as you can build, and maybe as usable for a weekend league system you can build with a 4-3-3. It's just never going to take you to like that. You never can compete with that like high level player using a very meta formation.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's just kind of the case of FIFA, and that's the same thing with players as well. I mean, Lua is a good example. Is as much as you fit a system around Lua, and as good of as as a player as he is in real life, he's never going to be seen at a pro event because
not even his team
no
of
matter
the year
what system
version.
you put him in.
Even if
exactly. No matter what system you put him in, he just doesn't fit the perfect meta. Which, when you're talking about the best of the best playing against each other, you can't give yourself even a slight disadvantage. And that's what that is, using the 4-3-3, regardless of the players using Lua. It just puts you even at the smallest of disadvantages, and there's just no room for error in those like the high tier situations.
In competitive,
but I don't know about you. I find Lua very good. Just again, he's not.
He's okay. I
Ronaldo.
used the Inform 92 Inform this weekend so far. He's not terrible, but again, like you said, he's not Ronaldo. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not going to go like he'll score every chance you give him if you give him a good chance, but like he's not going to go make his own chance with just pace and dribbling and everything. But I have the 93 and I like it a lot. And I'm trying to build around that. Before we get in, we have Black Friday. We actually kind of got for the first time we got kind of a promo with it. It's usually just Black Friday. Best of Team of the Week is the promo, and then. You just get packs with it. This time we have a promo, so we will be breaking down those cards. Joey just obviously hinted at the used one already. I haven't tried them, but I've looked at them. And we've got that. But before we get into it, we are still sponsored by Manscaped. They were kind enough to send us the Perfect Package 3.0. I showed it off in the last 2 episodes, so if you want to see the actual product that you'd be getting, look at those 2 episodes. We have a promo code. It's 20% off and free shipping if you use the code FUTLIVE or if you follow the link in the description, because they do always have deals going on that may beat the 20% in free shipping. So make sure if you are going to go to manscaped.com, use the link below. We love it. I got the package in a couple weeks ago now. I've used it a couple times. Very safe, waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. and that's easier obviously for messes. Not scary at all. I was nervous at first using it, that I was going to make any blunders with it being electric.
Causing a
It's
bloodbath.
it's nerve-wracking, so nothing has happened, so it's been very safe, very good. And the ball toner and ball reviver, which is the ball deodorant essentially, and
Reviver, bro.
a spray. It's called like reviver or something like that, but it's literally just
Fancy.
like a spray, or in cream. There's a spray and then there's cream, and it's like an aftershave sort of thing. So cools. It's got like a cooling agent in it, and then also it smells very, very good. So those are all we actually do really like the package. Felix still hasn't got his, but that's just a EU thing. Joey's got his. I've had mine for a few weeks. Joey would have used it a lot more had COVID not been a thing.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got as much to try, but I have used it. I am a big fan of it. So definitely go down in the description below. Click our link if you're looking to get into the like electric razor, and then like all the other stuff that comes with it. It's the Perfect Package 3.0. The Lawnmower 3.0 is the razor, and then there's actually some really nice bags that come with it too for storage, travel, especially if you're someone who travels quite a bit. It's definitely comes with a lot of packages that you can bring with you into the hotels and stuff like that. A lot of travel. So use the link in the description below, or go to manscaped.com, use promo code FUTLIVE at checkout to support us. Tell them, hey, FUTLIVE is sponsoring, or is like a good sponsor for you guys to work with, because you like our product, and then you'll like their product, and your balls will thank you. So we have Black Friday. That is kind of come and gone. They basically do the full weekend now, because Cyber Monday is such a popular thing that you kind of have Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So what FIFA does is they kind of just extend it now from Friday to Monday, make it like a half week promo. So we had the best of Team of the Week come out. We've had all the flash challenges that they do. That's one of my favorite things, even though the packs are dog. It's kind of fun. It makes you think. They're like the puzzly ones. They're flash challenges, so you have to check them every hour or 2 hours. They last. It just gives us something to do. And then there's obviously a bunch of stuff in packs, because the Ultimate Team of the Week's in packs, so there's always that chance that you pack something good. And then this year, they added, like I said, a semi-promo. They came out with, like 4 or 5 cards, and then today they added another 4 or 5. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 cards in total. So yeah, about 5 one day, 6 the other day. They've added cool record breakers, so they have to have broke some sort of record. A lot of them are very weird, random records. But we have some good cards out of that. Joey, I know you've used Sancho. And Mbappe obviously is incredible. We got Rodrigo, which was a cool one. That was something Felix brought up in the last episode that he was on, was that they promised us these upgrades that relate to what they did in real life. And Rodrigo got the record breaker for getting the youngest perfect hat trick, I believe, of some sort. And because he got a perfect hat trick, that means he scored left foot, right foot, and header. So they upgraded his left foot to a 4-star. So cool little additions there. Any cards that you guys see, or anything about the Black Friday promo that you want to mention, good or bad?
It's just kind of not what Black Friday is every year.
Yes.
Because Black Friday is about discounts and all that stuff, and we get loads of promo packs for the
At best, I think
usual
we've had
price.
2-for-1 packs.
So, it's a bit annoying, but in terms of the promo that it is, I don't think it's too bad. If you ignore the aspect that it's completely past the point of what it's supposed to be, but it's alright. They've released a couple of good SBCs: Aguero, Alessandrini, Depay. It's all decent cards. I don't think they're massively overpriced, so that's been good. I like the
think
flash
Aguero's a
challenges
tough
as well.
one.
And we've got grindable content. I really enjoy the 81 double plus packs, and I've done a lot of Team of the Week packs, and boy are they shit. I wish, I've said this in our Discord chat as well, I wish my Weekend League record was the same as my Team of the Week SBCs completed to walkouts gotten from them ratio, because I've done 23 of these packs, the current Team of the Week, and I've got exactly 1 walkout, which is horrible. But if I was 23-1 in Weekend League, I'd be quite happy with that. But yeah, these are trash. I'm just doing them because there is Ronaldo in packs, and it would be nice. There is a small chance that is basically 0, but you still want to go for it and try your luck. So I've just been doing that with mostly untradables. I've dumped my entire club, the low-rated players, into the 81 double packs. So
I did forget we did get a ton of grindable content. You had all the league specific content that we get every once in a while. Those are always fun, especially when. But I like those later in the stage of FIFA when we have a bunch of special cards and packs, and by the end of the FIFA, you kind of know where your team sits in terms of what league. It's very hard to completely change your team unless you're one of the people that stays completely tradable. I think Joey would be one of them that like changes up his team still late into the cycle.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their kind of team built because you get good value SPCs that come out during the year. They do tease us with a couple very high value. I mean, the Alessandrini is very good value, hard to link, but you get some good value like that. So if you can build a team around that,
he's not really that hard to link. He links with Mbappe, doesn't he?
No, he's French. He is French at the end of the day, but theoretically, if you're building a hybrid, it'd be kind of hard because there's no strong link to him really. He can only really get soft links unless you go icon.
Oh, he's in I forgot he's in the Chinese league. That's right.
You thought it's still MLS?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I thought he transferred to the French league. I don't know why I thought that.
Oh, okay.
I don't really follow Alessandrini, so.
Yeah, I believe he went to China after the MLS.
Yeah.
MLS would have been a little bit more linkable just because we've got a ton of good high-value MLS cards this year. Yeah. But, I mean, he is French at the end of the day, so he's not impossible to link, so I'm very happy they went that route instead of giving us someone maybe with an off nation as well. And, like, I showed you guys my team I'm trying to build. I'm linking him to, like, Ousmane Dembele and maybe Conte. So, again, 2 soft links, very easy to find, especially if you start in, like, a 4-3-3 formation. Just because it's very easy to link. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. Very good value. If you look at his stats, it's almost directly comparable to the Inform Rashford card. Will they play the same? Who knows? He actually has higher agility and balance than Rashford, and higher, I think, acceleration but lower sprint speed. So in terms of the pace counter-attack wise, I think he might be just as dangerous as that Inform Rashford, with a little bit worse shooting, and then doesn't have the 5-star skills. So we do get good value SPCs, but they gave us a bunch of those upgrade packs for the leagues, the Premier League, Bundesliga, all those. And then they also gave us a surprise pack that people are doing a ton of because it makes sense. And the reward sounds very bad, but I've seen some of the most incredible pulls from that, and that is the rare gold player upgrade. So you put in 7 non-rare golds, and then you can put in, 4 silvers, if my math is correct. And you basically get a player pick. I think it's 3 players you can pick from, and they have to be they basically are a rare gold player. To me, that sounds like that's horrible value because you could get 375 or 76 overall rare gold players. However, I've seen amazing pulls. I've done it a few times, and my worst player has been 82 Emre Can. Getting again, he's not very good, but getting Emre Can for 7 untradeable non-rare golds from random leagues plus 4 random league silvers and getting like an 82 that I could use for 83 upgrade pack or a team of the week upgrade pack. The grindable content is there. I think they went a little expensive on the league specific ones, but it's early in the cycle and you can kind of use a bunch of different league specific players, so I kind of get it. So I do like the grindable content. I am fully with you, Felix, though, that calling it Black Friday is kind of annoying because that's just not what it's about. It's a good promo. It's just very bad. It just needs a new title.
I don't know. I want to disagree with you guys only because I feel like Black Friday, a lot of the stuff that gets discounted anyway is stuff that's kind of going into, how do I say this? The new ones coming out.
Yes, it's last year's model. Yes.
Whereas with this, there's no, it's a digital, there's no last year's model and FIFA packs.
Yeah, that'd be like, I know what you're saying. It's almost like if they want to do this promo to match it, they would discount FIFA points on FIFA 20.
Exactly. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
They're phasing out one product and bringing out another. So I don't know if I understand what you guys mean. There was one year where they were doing 2-for-1s, right?
Yeah, was that not last year?
No.
Or was it 2 years ago?
I think even further back. It was. I think
it was 2 years ago because I remember
17.
No, because I go home for Thanksgiving. I remember not being able to load FIFA points for it.
Maybe it was. It's got to be 17 or 18. It was the one where their content producer ended up leaving, and we were like, 17 has got the best players that they've ever released. I think it's FIFA. It was FIFA 17.
Yeah, maybe. I thought maybe they did it multiple years, but I know they didn't do it last year.
No, I haven't remembered the last time they've done it, but in terms of in the recent years. But I think FIFA 17 they did 2-for-1 packs, and I think that was, obviously that goes into the Black Friday theme, I guess you want to say. But I get why they don't discount FIFA packs.
Yes, I don't expect discounted FIFA
Yeah.
packs for Black Friday, but do you think there's a way, similar to what you said, like they could discount? Do you think cheap SBCs for players that, like an Alessandrini is a good example, someone that's not gonna go into teams because he's in an off league? Do you think like making an SBC that's like super cheap for him would have been the right way to go, or other cards like that?
The second they bring out a good card, the traders are going to take advantage of making the market go up and to complete that SBC. I think that's the difficult part. How are they going to make an SBC cheap? For example, let's say Aguero comes out, they make him 250K. You don't think the traders are going to take advantage of trying to bring up that SBC cost?
Yes, but I think depending on the requirements, there's always a limit. So like Alessandrini came out, he's 85 with a team of the week. So obviously team of the weeks are going to go through the roof. Decently rated team of the weeks, but if you make it 83 and no team of the week, yes, 83 fodder will go up, but it'll still be so cheap to complete for the value you get in return.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
which is kind of maybe Black Friday.
Maybe they can do
well, yes, traders will make money out of it from on their fodder of 83s because those will naturally rise a bit. Yeah. But if someone wants to complete it, it's still very cheap to complete.
I guess so. I mean, I would like to see that. I would definitely like to see cheaper SBCs of the higher rated players. Like the Aguero is one that I really want to do because he's one of my favorite players in real life. But looking at his stats for 530K, whatever it is, it's not that like intriguing to me. I don't know if you guys.
No, because they didn't. It was one of those situations almost like rule breakers where they didn't upgrade everything.
Yeah, they're going back to what they've been trying to showcase what they can do this year with upgrades, but I don't understand why they gave him. I just feel like they could have done a little bit better with his card. Why only give him a pace upgrade?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that for the cost of the SBC, they didn't make it any. He's got what? He's got plus 10 in pace, minus 5 in shooting.
-6 in
minus
composure.
2 in plus 2 in dribbling,
-6
minus 2 in passing. Like it's just weird the stats. Like they made him worse a little bit to give him pace and dribbling, which is the meta. I mean, pace and dribbling is what you want. We know that from the rule breakers. When they gave us the Inaki Williams choice, no one chose the shooting boost one. They all chose the dribbling boost one,
right?
Because they know dribbling is it's key, but.
But I'm saying for someone
it's
like
weird now. We're not in rule breaker season anymore. Why don't just upgrade everything? If you're gonna make it that expensive, again, if his 89 is how much?
It's cheap.
I think
it's like 60K. Or
it's
something.
42K right now. So you made him. I just realized he's an 87 too. So like he's technically lower rated all around as well. But I think that's because of the shooting boost. If in terms of strikers, obviously your rating's probably more tied to your shooting. But yeah, no, I don't get making him a lower rated card and having lower stats. It should just be an upgrade all around. It's a flashback for that reason. Like it should just be an upgrade all around to when he was as good as he was.
Yeah. And then
it's not like he's better a shooter now today than he was, 4 years ago when he had the pace still.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what they do. I was like some of the record breakers they upgraded all around, I think. Sancho, which I've used, who is dude, I don't know what they did to that card, but it's incredible. Like the dribbling on that card is the best I've ever felt. Even on par, this is so bad saying, but he felt on par as Messi, like dribbling with Messi. So good.
That's not hard to believe.
So good. Like I don't know what they've done to that card, but he scores everything as well. And you see his shooting stats, they don't match what, for me at least, the 13, 14 games I've used him in. It's like crazy how good he's been for me.
Did you have good gameplay?
I did.
By any chance?
I had very good gameplay.
Mine was consistent this weekend. Like we give EA a lot of shit for gameplay being inconsistent. I've got to give them credit because this weekend my gameplay has been as consistent as can be.
It's funny because a lot of the PS guys are complaining that it hasn't. So me and you are both on Xbox. The PlayStation guys have been complaining that their gameplay has been absolutely trash this weekend.
I mean, mine is as well, but it's consistently trash. So
yeah,
there's some sort of consistency, I suppose.
Look, they've definitely improved. Their servers are definitely getting better. I'll say that. Whatever they've done,
Jeff.
No, from the sense of like you said, it's consistent. You're either gonna. There's no. I play at 2:00, it's gonna be good, but I play at 10:00, it's gonna be bad or whatever. It's like
Yeah, but this weekend is just completely shit from start to finish for me. That's not it either. That's
I
not the
don't know,
servers getting better. That is just
I'm
that's
getting
just
good
terrible.
gameplay, man. Ever since I went to Series X, I think I've had a handful of games in 3 weekends that have been bad.
Must be nice.
It's
I haven't played a single bad game.
I was talking
since the Switch over. Obviously, I've played less games total, but
right.
I think was it? Yeah, it was Kaula. Who streams as well. I asked him if he's on Xbox X. He said yes, he's on Series X, and the gameplay for him has been horrendous this weekend as well. Like he ended his stream early yesterday because he just couldn't take the gameplay. So
I don't know what's going on, man.
Weird.
Maybe the Miami server they added. I don't know. It's not even that close to Chicago, really. I guess kind of.
yeah, or me. I mean, we're pretty much the same kind of distance away from the Miami server.
So I don't know, but just going back on all the other record breakers. I don't know. I like what they did. I like having a team for a promo. I feel like that's when FIFA becomes a little bit more fun, when they do have promos and new players that you can use. Some of the players, though, I'm kind of confused with, like Van Dijk, the passing upgrade, but nothing else. And he's going for 1.4 mil on Xbox, 1.5, 1.6 on PlayStation. So they gave him +9 passing and like +1 pace.
Yeah, +1 defending and +1 physical.
What's the record breaker for? I don't know what he broke. What record did he break?
I don't have it in front of me.
is it the
I'm sure
when nobody dribbled past him all season? Maybe.
Oh, could have been.
I'll have
So
no
why
idea.
would you get a
The top
passing
comment on
upgrade?
Futbin says it's a record for most AI blocks against me in Weekend League.
That's
So-
good. That's a good comment. I have to give him credit there. That's all right.
But okay, so if it is for no one dribbling past him or whatever, why give him a passing upgrade? Shouldn't he be getting like an insane defending upgrade?
Yes, but like, isn't that a bit pointless? To be fair, look at his defending. He doesn't
but
need a
isn't-
defending
what's-
upgrade. It would be
Sure,
funny
but-
if he got the record for nobody dribbled past him. It would be funny if he got a dribbling upgrade for that. You know, just switch
guess.
it around.
But all right, say okay, I guess even give him a pace upgrade then. I don't know. I just feel like they I don't get the point of upgrading his passing and why he went up to one. Okay, his gold card is 285K on Xbox, 300K
Buy
on
that.
PS4.
That's
His
mental.
record breaker is 1.4 million. Over 1 million more.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, it's just like who's buying this card? I wonder.
It's the same fucking card, like passing on centre backs. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matters to an extent, but
That's
not
an Aubrey
not,
card right there.
Tell you what it is.
1.5
It's all
million
those
points.
people. It's
That's
all
an
those
Aubrey
people
card.
buying him that sit back and spam the 80-yard through balls.
No. That's an Aubrey card for the 3-5-2 or the 3-4-1-2, so he can do his triangle with his center back, midfielder, and striker, or whatever you were saying.
Van Dijk's not a wide centre back though.
I know that's the only thing. His pace isn't what you need to be out wide. But there are a few other ones that I want to try out. The Fabregas looks really good. Massive upgrades all over. You know, his regular gold is a 75. He got 79 pace, 70 defending. I know a lot of people say that he doesn't have 4-star, but that's not that big of a deal in my opinion. But he looks really, really good. And then who else? Those are really the only two for me that I really liked. Sancho, Fabregas.
Rodrigo for an objective card is really
That
cool
too.
with the upgrade. Not someone you have to buy, so someone you can kind of earn for free.
Yeah.
Is a good little ad there. That's one that stuck out to me because obviously I like doing the record. I like doing. I have not touched them yet.
So do you guys think they're gonna do a Christmas team then?
I hope they do. That would be fun.
Yeah, there'll be a Futmas one. It seems like they're just adding more promos. They're not really taking any out, which is nice.
Yeah.
I like it
We're not
better.
sacrificing Lightning promo for
Yeah,
another.
I like this better. I'm not a big fan of the Christmas SBCs that they do for the 2 weeks or whatever it is, because most of the players, I feel like the upgrades are minimal. But if they come out with a Christmas team or a Futmas team, that'll be cool. I wonder because I think you can kind of do whatever you want on those promos. You know what I mean? Like they can get creative and do whatever they really want to. They don't have to
I think
stick to something.
I'd like both together, to be honest. Give us a team in
yeah,
packs,
for sure.
but also like a player SBC every day, because I do enjoy the player SBCs. They just need to be worth it. Last year it was, even if it's just one, last year it was that Mendy card that everyone was all over, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it won't go back to the FIFA 17 levels when we got like that Bellerin, Emre Can, I think it was Dybala as well, for example.
Oh yeah, the FIFA 17s
Because
were the best.
back then,
Then
it just
Golan,
wasn't as
right?
pay to win. You could get away with using a little bit worse players. They were still good. They performed well, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to use those players in your team these days just
No.
because of the way the
Mhm.
game's become.
What do you guys think of the David Silva despite his 2-star weak foot?
I mean, if you ignore the weak foot, the card looks great.
You think he'd be good at?
Yeah, it's hard to ignore it though in an attacking
Yeah,
player.
2-star, I just don't feel comfortable with.
It's nice that 3-star you kind of almost semi feel comfortable with these
Mm.
now.
I do, yeah. 3-star I do feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
But
It is a great card though. If you put Hunter on him, looks nice.
I wonder if they can add. I kind of wish they add more things. This isn't something they can do for 21, but for 22, like trait cards maybe you can apply certain traits to players.
That'd be
'Cause-
sick.
Something like avoid weak foot would be cool. Or I'm sorry, avoid
Yeah.
that one thing Aubrey was saying, that there used to be a trait where
Yeah,
prefers-
avoids using weak foot. That used to be a
Is
thing.
it-
Yeah, Salah
yeah.
had it. When I fell in love with Salah the first time, like FIFA 19, it was because he had that. So like he only uses weak foot if like there's literally no way for him to use his non-weak
yeah,
foot.
that's something I
obviously.
wish they could add. Like you can add different traits to the players, just more customizability, and I think they would be very, very cool if they can do that. In fact,
You know what
this
I thought the other day? Imagine there was a. Sorry for interrupting you,
No,
by the way.
you're good.
Just an idea I had. That if there was chemistry styles that boosted skill moves, for example, instead of stats,
I
that'd be
think
cool
that'd
as
be
well.
too broken.
Would it?
Can you imagine?
But you
everyone-
don't get any stat upgrades. You can choose to give him one extra star skill moves and keep the rest of the stats exactly the same, or you give him stat
Oh,
upgrades.
so you're saying you have to choose one or the other.
Yeah,
Or just a promo that just switches. Like it's all like that, like a promo where it's only just skill move and weak foot upgrade and changes,
they did that
and no
last
stat upgrades instead of like picking. But I guess with the new player pick system, you could have that easily. Like bring back the Inaki Williams SBC, but it's one of them's like an upgraded card and one of them's just a skill. Like especially Inaki Williams actually is a good example because his 3-star weak foot makes it tough to use him.
Interesting.
3-star? I
I
thought
like
it's
that
2
idea,
as
but
well.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel
Unless he's 4-star, 3-star, but
I think he's 2-star weak foot, but it's besides the
that
point.
might be
But
it. Yeah. Yeah, he's 4-2. Never mind. But still, that kind of even goes even further
Yeah,
in it.
still
Give
works.
him 4-4 or whatever. You can either pick 4-4 or you can pick. He has upgraded shooting and dribbling,
Yeah.
but it's
maybe
overall the
yeah.
same,
I just feel like so we're gonna end up going into chemistry style chat with this, which I don't know if it's a good idea or not because I don't want to run too long. But you can definitely go into like if you want to remove chem styles, you can and add in other boost attributes. Not at boost attributes, but like for example, +1 weak foot.
Like it's basically a chem style, but instead of the arrows up on the stats, it just says +1 weak foot
Right,
or something.
+1 weak foot or +1 skills, or I don't know. There's just different traits. There's so many things they can do. I just feel like chem styles. I agree with Japes, to be honest with you, based on his argument. Like there was a tweet. I forgot. I don't want to not credit the guy, but there was a tweet out over the weekend. They were comparing Rodrigo and Aguero, flashback Aguero, and yes, Aguero's the better card. That's not my argument. Okay, he's better than the 82 Rodrigo or whatever. But with chem styles attached to both of them, the face card stats ended up being very close to one another. One of them's 500k and it's Aguero. The other one's Rodrigo and it's like 3k. And I just feel like that.
It's an objective card, right?
No.
Is
I'm
that
talking
Rodrigo
about
you're
the
talking
Rodrigo. Not the. I'm talking about the striker Rodrigo.
Oh
Spanish
yes.
striker.
I saw that
Yes.
picture. Yes.
So if you put,
Leeds United one,
right,
yeah.
so if you put Hawk, I believe, on each one of the cards, and you compare just the face stats, the cards are so comparable. Yes, Aguero's got the better weak foot. I believe he's got better dribbling. I don't remember, but you just see the difference in what you can do with a chem style applied to the card. I just feel like it becomes too close. Even if it's just face card, it becomes too close what you can do with a chem style. So I don't know if I kind of want to see them getting phased out. I don't know if it's caused more issues than not. Like, does Varane end up being the best center back on the game without a shadow?
Probably not.
Probably not, just because there are some good ones. But I mean, he'd still be up. It's not like a shadow makes him all of a sudden.
Well, he gets
he
99
doesn't go
on
from
both
shit
then.
to OP.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe people would use Ramos a little bit more. You know, those are the things I think about with chem styles. Is like people say that you get more limited without chem styles, but I don't know if that's the case. It's an argument to be made.
I could see that argument too, being like, well, you're stuck using the players that are in the game, if that makes sense.
I think it does limit you more.
You know, you can't pull.
Because you can get away with using, I don't know, people use... Joe Gomez is a bad example because he'd still be OP. Like,
yeah, but Joe Gomez, let me pull up Joe Gomez. You put Shadow on Joe Gomez, right? So he's already 82 pace. He's got 83 defending. You put Shadow on him, his defensive awareness goes up to 88. You put Sentinel on him, and he gets 93 defensive awareness with 82 pace.
the thing is,
there's something wrong with
does
that?
it not even out? Because you apply chemistry styles to everyone, so...
Right, but then you're...
But 99 is the max stat.
Yeah, but how many players do
So-
we have this early in the game where the stats get maxed out with a chemistry style? Doesn't really
This
happen.
early, no, not a lot, obviously. But I think in terms of a life cycle of the game, if that makes sense. Like, by team of the season, every team of the season card essentially is the same thing. Like, it's not, but like it could be the same thing with chem styles because 99 pace is 99 pace. If you have, you know, Lua who's gonna have 92 pace with his team of the season or whatever it's gonna be, chem style now gets him to 99 pace. Like, so should Lua technically have the same pace as, you know, a team of the season Mbappe or something. That doesn't have because Mbappe wouldn't have a chem style on it. But then again, you could argue, you know, Lua's going to get 99 shooting, Mbappe might not get that, so a chem style could, you know, bring Mbappe to 99 shooting. So now all of a sudden, with chem styles, they're both 99 shooting, 99 pace.
Yeah, I just...
It's a weird argument. I don't know what the answer
don't
is, and I'm not sure getting rid of chem styles completely is the answer.
Maybe
but,
nerfing them.
Yeah, and then maybe adding in, like you said, instead of maybe removing chem styles, adding more chem styles that, you know, gives a +1 to weak foot, because then you get a different kind of decision making.
Yeah, I love this. Give me decisions.
Or +1 is like David Silva, like that David Silva card. Sure, a chem style to boost his pace and dribbling might help, make his card a little better. But at the end of the day, it's not usable because it's a 2-star weak foot. So now if there's a chem style out there that, you know, said +1 or +2 weak foot, whatever it would be. I don't know if they could do +2 because, you know, a lot
I
of
think
people have 4
+1
or
would be
whatever.
perfect because you can go from the...
Even if it's
two-
+1,
yeah.
I think a +1 weak foot to make him a 3-star weak foot makes him a better card than a Hunter does.
Exactly.
If that makes
So
sense.
those-
So I'm not saying remove chem styles, but I'm also saying, you know, let's be more creative with them.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more what I'm leaning towards, is that they're so linear, like 10 acceleration and 10 sprint speed upgrade on a Varane on top of boosting up his sliding tackle to like 97 and standing tackle to 95 this early in the game, is exactly what some people argue. Again, I'll bring up Japes because the power curve just ends up being the defenders end up being so damn good compared to the attackers, and you have to wait until more attackers come out to be on par with them. There's a few ideas that I've had. The other idea that I've had is the restructure of Weekend League entirely, which maybe we'll leave for next week, because I think I have a really good system that I've thought about quite extensively over this weekend. I think it would make Weekend League 50 times better than what it is now. Because I think a lot of people, like, the whole game now is built on Weekend League. The game's dead from Monday to Thursday. Every streamer says
Yeah, I
so.
mean, the friendlies are there, and I think they've been a big thing for casuals. But again, that's something for fun. There's no reason to play because, again, those cards are not going to get into your lineup if you're a good player.
Right. So they need to, like, if they keep it again the same, everything the same for next year, I see more and more people getting frustrated with Weekend League. The more, like, Lucky, you guys know he's been on our pod before. He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm so done with Weekend League. He took a break last week. He didn't want to play it. Like everyone.
I mean, you're stopping at gold 2.
Yeah, I'm stopping.
I'm stopping whenever
It's
I
just
get
like,
if I'm playing to 14 wins. I'm not going any further. We're like limiting ourselves to play it.
Right. So
and that means we're playing it for rewards, which means we're not even really playing it that much because rewards aren't that good.
Exactly. I saved 4 Team of the Week packs, and I got nothing over 82 rated.
Yep,
mean,
as expected.
you know what I mean? So it's just like
They
did.
need to rework. Well, I got a good red pick for getting silver 1. So
I think next week I'll break down what I want to do with Weekend League, and I hope, fingers crossed, EA are listening to our pod. Maybe I don't know if they do, but if they ever did, hopefully we can give them some ideas to try to implement next year. Because I don't know how long Weekend League is going to last. I know you guys think that it's always going to be there, but I think people.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
I would hope it isn't.
So you think they're eventually going to...
I've always said move rivals to be I'm not saying get rid of Weekend League. I'm saying restructure it to not be as to not be the the way for competitive players to qualify.
Well, not even that. I think just having
and then all of a sudden just that change gives you a reason to play on the weekend, but it also makes it so that it's not as sweaty. It'll still be sweaty because again there's rewards on the line, but it almost becomes like friendlies in a sense where it's sweaty to an extent where people still are trying to have fun. Right now you can't try to have fun and also compete.
I don't mind if it's sweaty. Let it be sweaty. If people want to play sweaty, fine, let it be sweaty. I mind that if you lose, it's such a big impact on your weekend if you lose multiple times. There's no way to recover. Whereas like rivals, you can recover. You can win 3-4
you just play on, exactly.
Right. So
yeah.
Now
that's why I want that to be the competitive mode.
Exactly.
Going forward. I'm not saying that, but I'm not also saying, get rid of Weekend League.
No. I think they can change Weekend League to be the whole week if they really wanted. I don't want to get into. If I get into it, it's going to take up too much time.
Save it for the next week. It's going to be a good one. That is great because now we've got a cliffhanger, so people will come back. Oh, I love it, man.
And I don't think we'll have any new content next week either because I imagine this promo will carry through Cyber Monday and then we'll have a week off and then we'll start getting the ramp up to Futmas for 2 weeks. I imagine it'll be the week before Christmas and then the week of Christmas. I imagine will be Futmas, so that we'll really only have a week off in between, maybe 2 weeks. So that would be good. That would be a good topic for conversation for next week. Before we wrap up / final thoughts, we do have another sponsor. It's Cardsplug.com. With Christmas around the corner, as we're just talking about Futmas, Christmas is around the corner as well. One thing that makes a good Christmas present for anyone who plays FIFA, or really anyone who even if you're don't play FIFA, if you're just into, I'll say football because I know most of our audience is UK / European, so I'll say football.
Let's go.
As I'm watching football on my other screen, soccer. Sorry, I had to throw it in there. But I have the card in front of me. If you're watching on the YouTube video, you can see it. This is a card they were kind enough to send me of myself. I sent them the picture. You can do the same. It's fully customizable. You can send them the picture. They crop the background so you can see it looks like my card. Fits perfectly, almost as if I were to get like the pictures that the pros get. You can customize the stats, the nation, the team that you play for. So I have the Revolution, which is my local team. If you want like a top team, you can do that. Also, you don't have to get a customized card. If you have a card that you fall in love with in the game, which I know all of us do at times, you kind of find that card that becomes your favorite card. You can go order that card to be in real life. It's very nice cardboard. I have to do this every time because it just sounds good. It's thick, very easy to hang on the wall, take off. I don't have it on the wall just because I'm in an apartment, but when I get a house, it'll 100% be going into man cave. I have another card as well below me that's a little bit bigger. There's size differences. This is a small, then there's medium, large, and I believe they have an XL now. So you can get different sizes, so if you want it to be more of a centerpiece versus more of just something outside on the wall, you can do that. And then, of course, go to the link down in the description below or go to cardsplug.com and then use promo code FUTLIVE at checkout to get yourself a nice little discount. And again, if you're ordering for someone else, it does make a very good Christmas gift. So, as we wrap up here,
get a Nate Robinson
there's not much more to talk
defending.
Get a Nate Robinson one, it's just a picture of him laying on the ground with his legs
Poor guy,
folded.
dude, the memes. Oh, no. The memes that he's going to get.
That's tough.
I feel so bad for him. The memes
He just erased his entire career.
Yeah, like he literally, like... I feel bad.
This is off topic, but I saw a tweet. So Jake Paul fought Nate
yesterday?
Robinson. Nate Robinson's an former NBA player.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul ruined
He
him.
laid him out, dude. Out.
Yeah, knocked him down a few times, and he finally stood up, and then he tried to run at him, and he got one last clean shot, and he literally, have you ever seen just someone pass out standing up?
Yeah,
it was like that. He fell, his face caught his fall, and he was just laying on the mat, face lifeless, and they could barely lift him up to get him to sit back onto a stool.
I felt so bad.
Like he was dead. So it was just, and it's a very funny image of him laying down, and his feet are all mangled in the sense because he didn't catch his fall at all. They're just facing all the weird directions.
He's just knocked out, isn't it? He's just falling
Looks like a lifeless body.
At the end of the day, you gotta respect anybody who has the balls to get into the ring. But man, it was just when I saw, I was like, dude, this is bad.
You think in hindsight it wasn't a very good idea?
No.
Yeah, someone said he deserves to get his slam dunk awards taken away from him because he won the slam dunk competition 3 times.
At like what?
So they
What
said
is he,
take away one of them.
5'8"?
What?
How tall is he?
Yeah, 5'8",
Yeah,
I believe.
So I mean, it's impressive to win a slam dunk competition at 5'8". I think.
Yes, yeah, no, and that's why people thought he had a chance to win because he's an insane athlete.
What,
And, I mean,
5'8"?
5'8",
Yeah.
and he won a slam dunk. He jumped over. How tall is Dwight Howard? 7'2"?
7 feet even.
Yeah, he jumped over.
He was playing professional basketball at 5'8".
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
the shortest players ever is 5'4".
Yeah,
What?
Muggsy
Bogues, and he won a slam dunk competition too.
What?
How?
Muggsy Bogues?
Like, how does he keep up?
took
No,
That's
maybe
why-
Muggsy Bogues didn't win. He
That's
competed
why-
in a slam dunk
that's
competition.
why-
He could dunk.
Yeah,
That's
but
mad.
Nate Robinson is an insane athlete. Like he played.
Yeah,
he played
so that's why
football,
people thought it was funny, and then he just got destroyed.
absolutely destroyed.
He could run in between people's legs.
Yeah. But then again, I guess boxing's actual like movement speed isn't as fast like as is
No, it
the
just
ability
shows
to
like
fast. But again, not a boxing
Right,
podcast.
right. Sorry.
But it was funny. That was topical. That did happen last night. Mike Tyson also
It's
fought,
'cause
which is cool because
all-
our age group never really saw him in his prime.
Yep.
Joey maybe did. But
I did,
Fucking hell.
I did see it.
The old jokes are back.
no, because it wasn't even that bad. Because like Joey's like even if he's only like 5 years older than us, that 5 years is a huge difference. Because Mike Tyson end of his prime was late 1999.
Yeah,
and
like
into,
I
very
remember
early 2000s.
the whole thing when he bit off Vander's ear off. Like I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember how big it was. The whole school was talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, so like where we were, 3 to 4 years old, and we don't have a lot of memories from then. That like 5 years makes such a big difference at that age, to really remembering it. But so that was cool. Horrible ending as well for that because it just wasn't a draw.
Vegas, they finessed everybody because everyone bet on Tyson. And there's we'll just put a draw.
Yep. Luckily, he didn't lose too much because he was such a favorite that the money really wasn't there anyways. But yeah, no. So that really is the end of the episode because I don't think we have any more content. We will get the patch. Next week will be a long one for like random discussions. We probably won't have any content. Joey will pitch his weekend league idea. If we do it Sunday as well, Joey and I will have had the Xbox Series X version of FIFA for 2 days to play around with. That comes out on Friday, December 4th. So again, like I said, that's 2 days for us to kind of play around with it. I will definitely try to play around, see what we see that's different. Is it sweatier? Is it better connection? Is it just a different game? How different can they really make it feel? That'll be the topic for next week, along with any questions you guys have. If you have questions, leave it to us on Twitter. DMs are open, or you can just tweet at us. All the links will be down in the description below for our Twitter. That if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. If you're all watching on YouTube, please subscribe as well. We're still trying to build out ideas for content that we could do that's not podcast related. I might upload some videos, like maybe squad builders for friendly mode. That's something I really want to do, kind of because I make some fun squads and maybe teach people how to have fun with FIFA outside of Weekend League and Rivals, because that's something we talk about a lot. But if you have any suggestions for that kind of content, what you'd want to see from the three of us, leave that as well down below on YouTube and or tweet at us as well. Joey, Felix, thank you for being here, and as always, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.